a leather jacket, but probably a brown one, with a colourful shirt underneath.
Okay.
So you've got like the grunginess, almost the sort of darkness, kind of what sort of the darkness would be signified by a sort of battered leather coat thing, obviously 9 and War Doctor. But then you have like a big colourful shirt, which you could have all sorts of colours on, kind of in the vibe of like, say, a 6 or even 13 to some degree, with the whole sort of the rainbow thing. I think.
Well, maybe even Joe Martin.
Yeah, Joe Martin as well is another good example. Yeah, I keep thinking of examples. Or the other thing was, I like the idea of a leather one, but like a longer one than what Chris got, like a longer leather. Like,
almost like a Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, like a sort of Blade. Blade like that, like Punisher, like that sort of long leather coat.
Trench
sort of,
coatish, yeah.
But then with like a massive colourful like shirt, or like a scarf, but not a Tom Baker scarf, like one of those trendy like 2021 scarves that are like sort of short and sort of maybe like grey, perhaps. I can sort of see that as well.
Yeah, definitely not the scarf. I agree with that.
But you know, not the scarf for you. I think maybe a short scarf could work, like a.
Oh yeah, so it's just because I'm looking at, and I feel like no one else but Tom Baker could do that.
I guess, yeah, it's kind of his thing, isn't it? It's difficult.
It is big. Not feeling 5 at all.
No, yeah, I think 5s is very much like a costume. I think for Ncuti, I get the vibe that his costume's going to be one with a lot of different iterations to it. Like, it's not going to be one uniform look. It's going to be like, okay, well, we'll mix effort. Like Capaldi's. Capaldi's was everything. Like, each episode he has a slight different variation. And I think...
Yeah, and no suits. I know that I've said about the jacket, but that's all I want. I don't want any suits.
Okay, interesting. See, I have seen him in suits that it does kind of fit them though, so
I have too, but I think he could just look better. I just don't want a suit.
Maybe special occasions, Christmas specials. Perhaps.
Yeah, maybe special occasions.
Yeah, what was the other thing I was going to say about costumes? The other thing I've seen is people suggest sort of clear rim glasses, but like coloured ones. It's kind of like what Joe Martin had. So maybe that, because they are quite cool. And
they're really cool. I would love that.
Just looking cool as hell. Or I've also seen him in like one of those, those big fancy fashion hats, not like a fedora, but like.
Oh yes.
That looks really cool. Like,
that looks really, really.
And you know
cool.
what? In a lot of images I see of him, he's in like rings. So I'm thinking maybe give him some bling, because Hartnell did. Capaldi had his River Song wedding ring. I wouldn't be opposed to a couple of rings.
I wouldn't be opposed to a couple of rings either. This guy's got style. I'm literally.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, but there's one thing that I've seen which goes to your idea of what you want as a costume, and I'm not saying, I don't even know if you could see this, but
yes, you know what? Yeah,
yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. Absolutely, he's going to be one of the most stylish doctors. Like, if we're having,
it's going to be fabulous.
I would love to see a return of the question mark, not as a permanent thing, but just, I think a pin on the jacket would be cool. Specifically, like in a color that matches the costume. So, say for example, he has, because I think in the thumbnail I made, he has like a blue coat and like a sort of black/dark purple kind of top thing on. If you had like a black like question mark pin like that like matched with it, I think that would look quite nice as well.
I would initially say that I wouldn't want the question mark, but the way you've put it, I think is great. A nice little throwback in that sort of way.
It wouldn't have to be like, he wouldn't even have to wear it every time. It would be occasional, like, oh look, there it is. And like,
there it is.
You could have different coloured ones to match with different outfits. I think that'd be quite fun. So yeah,
I'm so excited.
There's so many ideas for it, and I can't wait. I think his TARDIS, I think, is going to look great. I think Russell knows what to do there. I mean, obviously,
he knows what to do.
I honestly do think he'll go the opposite route in like a lot of things. If you look at the way he clothed his past Doctors, you look at Eccleston, Tennant, they are quite, by modern standards for Doctors, quite plain. Eccleston is literally just leather jacket and shirt, which worked at the time, but it is very simplistic. And then obviously Tennant's as well. I do like Tennant's look, but it is kind of like a suit. Obviously, it's iconic, but it's less flamboyant than some of the others were. And I think Russell, knowing Ncuti's personality as well, might be willing to crank up the flamboyance a bit more, which I would be interested to see. Absolutely.
It's not unheard of that the Doctors have a say in what they wear. I think Colin Baker, poor man, was the only guy who said I wanted a leather jacket, and they went the whole other way.
Yeah, they went the complete opposite route.
Yeah, I know that Baker loved the scarf. That was a complete accident. I know that Matt Smith loved the bow tie, and I know that Capaldi loved the jacket. So with that, it would not surprise me in the slightest that whatever costume design Ncuti ends up with will be influenced by him.
Absolutely. And I think that's the best way to go about it. I think, they should all have their little stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing would be like sonic screwdrivers, but I don't feel like there's a lot to say there. I kind of want something that looks like an efficient tool, because I can see your Jodie one in the background.
Oh, yeah.
My only thing with Jodie's is it kind of feels a bit like over-designed, in a sense of like...
Interesting. It almost looks like the Cybermen designed it, actually, doesn't it?
Stuff, yeah. If you look at like all the different like holes and shapes and stuff, I think the thing as well is I just kind of want something sleek and small and kind of looks like a tool, I think that's like, even though I love Matt Smith, I think the Tennant screwdriver is probably my favorite. Like, it's just very portable, and it can be held in multiple different ways. Obviously, you've got the standard holding it like that, but then you've also got like holding it upwards like that when he's like scanning certain things, and then you've got him holding it with both hands to do like when he's searching for something. So I want something like that, because when Jodie holds hers, if you notice, she only ever really holds it in one way. It's kind of like that, the way she holds
and can I just say one thing that not to crap all over her, but the one thing I've always hated is this movement.
Yes, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Like, what are you doing that for?
I call it the Harry Potter move. It's like, it's so impractical. Why do you do it like that? There's no need. Just go like this. Just go. Bzz. Don't go. Avada Kedavra.
Literally, it is literally that.
Yeah, I agree. I want something that's like just done. I agree with that. I think something simple for me is like the key. I think keep the light though. I want the light to stay.
Oh yeah, keep the light. Yeah, the light's always good.
Yeah, I think that wraps up the video. Thank you all for watching both parts of this. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe to Geek Rambles. The link will be in the description. As always, go subscribe. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Follow us all everywhere, and I will see you all again soon. Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Shout out to Debs Iona, Shane Smith, Ree Keffin, Seb Lowndes, Jay Monroe, Hash Shandycoot, Patrick Mewson, Simon Ashley, Steve Safaro, Andrew Townsend, Alex Robbins, Michael Dykes, Paul Bryden, Sam Yates, Michael Rhodes, Jerry the Meerkat, Heretic, Bibliotecaria Nerd, Cameron Jefferson, John M, Metahuvian, Ben Freeman. If you want to become a member, feel free to do so. It really helps out. You get exclusive posts, shout outs in every video, and even your own badge and custom emojis to use.